Hey guys, this is week 2 of my weekly updates. I'm going to start doing these on Monday instead of Friday, just because I realized that putting them out on Monday and letting everyone watch them is better because they can see what we need to improve on and work on and all that stuff, rather than Friday where half the week is already gone and you can't really improve in the middle of the week too much. There's just a few things I wanted to touch on real quick. I guess I'll start with progression for the week. We, in Blackwing Descent, we got down Magma and Defense System, went off to the second tier of bosses, and I can't remember what the boss's name is. It starts with an M. Malarek, I think? No, something like that. That's the boss with the red phase and the blue phase and then the green phase. We just didn't have the DPS for it, and I think that's one of the first times I've ever seen that happen, where we've gotten the mechanic down completely and everything's really clean, and we just clearly didn't have the DPS to down the boss. Usually it's, you pull the boss and everyone's taking huge amounts of damage, not doing what they're supposed to, and usually when people say they don't have DPS for the boss, it's not so much they don't have the DPS, but rather everything isn't clean enough to burn the boss fast enough before the healers run out of mana. But this time it was clearly about DPS. The tanks were doing what they were supposed to, they had full health. The raid had full health, healers had really high mana, everyone was doing exactly what they were supposed to, everything was really clean. But we hit the enrage timer, which is 6 minutes at we didn't even get him down to 70%. No, yeah, we got him to about 60-70%, and we just clearly didn't have the DPS for it. You need about a steady 13-14k from every single DPS. And we were also using 3 healers instead of 2 healers, so we'll need to work on that too. So we ditched that idea, went to Bastion and Twilight, got Wormbreaker down for the first time. I think that took us 3, 4, maybe 5 attempts. Cleared the trash up to the Twin Drakes, got a few attempts into him, but by that time we had already been raiding 4 or 5 hours, something like that. By the time we got to Blackwing Descent, figured out, we got all the way to the boss, figured out we couldn't down him, move everyone over to Bastion and Twilight, down that boss. It had already been, it had already taken quite a while. So people were tired and we called it, and hopefully we'll be going back here pretty much as soon as I'm done with this video. And we still need to try Conclave of Winds, or Tower of 4 Winds, is what it's called. We haven't even attempted that boss. And it looks like we're pretty much at a standstill until our DPS gets a little better. So I'm pretty sure this coming up week we will, hopefully tomorrow on Tuesday, we will get Magma and Defense System down really fast. Hopefully get us some nice loot from it. Then probably go off to Wormbreaker, get him down. And then I guess we'll decide from there if we go onto the Twin Drakes or if we try a Conclave of Wind. Either way, that's really our only issue right now is DPS. Once you guys get higher DPS, we'll be solid. Our tanks are fine, our healers are fine, everything else is good. Also on that note, we've received even more recruits, more people wanting to raid, more people getting geared. So it looks like what I'm going to be doing is setting up 2 10-mans. Probably not this week, just because I haven't really talked to everyone about it. But next week. So not this coming up Tuesday, but next Tuesday. I'll be setting that up. It looks like I'll probably have Daikin be leading that second group, and I'm going to be splitting it up so both groups are as equal as possible. I'm not going to have it where you have this core group that's pushing through everything while the second group is still struggling at Magma or Defense System or something. I'm going to try doing that as least as possible. Also, I'll be moving people around. If you get put in the second group, don't take offense, don't think I'm telling you you're a bad person and you need to go away, because if anything, if you're being moved, that means you're a good player, and I need you to almost carry the other group, So I just kind of look at it that way. So there's that. What else? Continue fishing. Do that. We're at... Oh, I'm not tracking anymore. Actually, hold on. Man, nothing is working here. I think we're at like 2.4, 2.5k. So keep fishing. We're almost there. Actually, not really, but oh well. Also on that note, we're getting to the point now where no one can slack off anymore. You have to bring food. You have to bring flasks. You have to be gemmed. You have to be enchanted. You know, this isn't Lich King anymore where you can run around with, you know, half your gear on and still down shit. This is hard stuff. It hasn't been nerfed yet. Or is, you know, not super nerfed. You know, we're trying to progress much faster than other guilds. And we can't have people slacking off. You know, you have to get your gear gemmed and enchanted. You know, if it's 246, get it enchanted, get it gemmed. You're not going to be getting new gear until you get raid gear, and you know, that might not happen for weeks. Food, very important. Flask, very important. You can watch my guides if you don't know what I'm talking about. I'm going to be putting up a whole bunch of guides on YouTube. So there's that. Overall, be more active if you can. You know, I'm not going to be taking people to raids that show up once a week or show up every other week and, you know, are online for, you know, an hour and start bitching about, oh, you're not taking me to the raids, you know, you're not, this is so unfair, I can't raid. I'm not going to be taking those people just because, you know, they're not doing what everyone else is doing. The people I will be taking are the people that are online all the time, or, you know, when they can. The people that are actively contributing to the guild, the people that are nice, the people that are actually working towards getting ready, you know. And also, as far as that goes, we'll also try to be early for the raids. The earlier we get this set up, the more attempts we get in. You know, we've been pretty good about starting no later than 15 minutes after the raid time, which is pretty good. But I would like to start 15 minutes early, so try to work on that. I'll also be removing people from the guild that aren't helping us out. You know, yes, this is a casual guild, yes, it's still a leveling guild, but if I recruited you to be like a tank, you know, if I said looking for a healer for our core group, and you come in and then you just stop playing, or you decided to start PvPing instead of raiding, and, you know, I'm gonna remove you. It's one thing to come in with me expecting you to not do anything, and then you shine and want to do something, rather than me inviting you to do something and then you get lazy and say you don't want to do it. I'm not having that. See, also, work schedules, real life. I know all that happens. I know it takes more importance over WoW. That's why you hit tentative. When I invite you to raids, you hit tentative. That means that you might be there, but you might not. Just, you know, keep me informed. Be like, hey, I have to work overtime this week, or hey, my schedule just changed. I have to work this hour instead of this hour. You know, just keep me informed. That way, I know what's going on, and I don't remove you and all that stuff. I think that's about it. Also, another thing, all this sounds like I'm trying to make this into a job, but it is all about fun. But at the same time, you do have to actually try for it. You know, it's just like any other game. See a game everyone would know, Zelda. Take Zelda for example. You know, you're playing the game, and let's say this one boss you have to use this one hook shot to kill him, or, you know, you have to use something. You're not going to keep attempting him and dying over and over and over again without getting that weapon, you know. You're not going to run in there completely blind, not knowing what to do. Well, okay. Once you know exactly what to do, you're not going to keep doing what you're not supposed to do. You know, you're going to go back, go find what weapon you need or what skill you need, and then continue on down the boss. It's the same thing for this game. You know, we can't be completely super casual, you know, go in there in blues and greens and not gemmed and enchanted and stuff and expect to down stuff. Instead, we'll sit there for hours and hours and hours wiping on the same boss for the same trash. So it's exactly like that, you know. Yes, it sounds like a job, and it sounds like, you know, I'm trying to be too professional about this, but it's more, it is about having fun, you know. Sitting there in a raid for 4 or 5 hours, down, you know, wiping on this one boss, and then finally downing him, that's awesome, you know. That's really fun, and that's what a lot of people enjoy doing, and that's what I'm trying to get at, you know. So just keep that in mind whenever I, you know, start bitching at you guys for doing this or doing that. See, this coming up week, I want to have us downed Magma Defense System, Conclave of Winds, Wormbreaker, and the Twin Drakes. So that's a total of 5 bosses. That's 2 new ones this next week. If we get that, I'll be really happy. That should be Tuesday, we'll get down 3 bosses, and then Friday we'll get down another 2. Saturday we'll work on something else. Maybe go back to that red, blue, and green boss. But we'll see about that. I think that's about it. I kind of wanted to touch on playing the game too much. Like I said about the whole professional thing, yeah, I'm trying to get you guys to do a lot, and I'm trying to push you guys, but don't ever let this game come in between you and what you have to do in real life. Don't ever let your schoolwork slip. You know, don't let relationships fail. Don't let your, you know, real job suffer. Because those things are way more important. Yeah, I play this game a lot. You know, I'm online from like 10 a.m. server until like 2-3 a.m. server the next day. But at the same time, I'm doing my shit, you know. I'm on break right now, and I'll be playing a little bit less, but I'll still be playing a lot. You know, I'm going to school, going to the 4-year school, you know, getting my psychology degree. Then after that, I'll be working working for my PhD. So, you know, and I'm working full-time, part-time, I guess you could say, as a research assistant. You know, I'm doing my shit. Just make sure you're also doing your shit. You know, I understand that you need to do stuff, and I know that relationships can be broken through this game and everything, and just make sure that doesn't happen. So, that's it, and I will see you next week.